everyone. Hope you're all keeping very well. I thought I'm going to make another video today, and I'm today going to talk about 10 main steps that you need to, have in place from the stage when you have made up your mind that, yeah, rent to rent is the strategy for you, and to the point where you will have your first property. Because what happens many times when you don't have different stages written in front of you, then you really can get overwhelmed, because okay, social media is good, but it can be a bit overwhelming as well. Different people are doing different strategies, and sometimes, when you're studying about one thing and you're nearly made up your mind, and then you read about something else, or somebody else is doing something else, and they're doing really well. So you think, oh, should I be doing that, or should I be doing something else, So don't get overwhelmed. Once you have made up your mind, focus on one thing at a time, because all it means is that you are starting your journey by this route, but that doesn't really mean that this is where you're going to stay for rest of your life. All it means is that maybe 1-2 years, first couple of years or even few months, you will spend just concentrating and working on that strategy, and once you are confident, then you can move on and you can do other things as well. So we'll come back to the point what I'm making this video for. So these 10 steps. So the step number 1, I would say, once you have made up your mind and you know that, yes, rent to rent is my strategy, this is how I want to get into properties, then first thing you would need to do is to educate yourself. Now, there is a lot of information. There are books available online on Amazon, so search for books, look at the reviews, and then, get yourself a book. If you want to get yourself a mentor, yeah, go for it, because that will help to accelerate your journey. Do your due diligence on them as well, just to make sure that they have done, exactly what you are looking to do. And also, it's just someone you think that will be approachable, and someone you think you can ask, and you need to have that connection with that person. So just make sure that you educate yourself. Second thing, I would say that get yourself familiar with all the documents that you will need to use once you start running your rent to rent business. For example, different type of contracts are available when you will sign your first contract with the first landlord, or even with the letting agency. So you really need to get yourself familiar with that. Don't get hung up too much, because bear in mind that you really need to be flexible as well, because it's going to be your first property. So, see what suits the landlord or the letting agency as well, because when you're starting out and it's a very first property, your goal should be to get your foot in the door, So I have posted something on the in our group, so read through and see, just to make yourself familiar that these are the different type of contracts that are available. Or in some cases, landlord might want to get their own contract prepared, or you might have you might want to do it as well. So yeah, so there are different options available. Also, get yourself aware of different type of contracts that are available when you are signing your first tenancy with your tenants. What type of contract you will need to use, what type of documents you will need to give them. So for example, you will need to give them, if you are taking any deposit from them, so you need to put your deposit in the DPS. So what type of certificate you will need to give to them, and what other documents like EPC and gas, electric, all those type of things you will need to give to your tenant. So make sure that you know exactly what documents you will need to give. So get yourself educated on that as well. Third thing, I would say, set yourself a time, set a target that I want to achieve my goal within 90 days, 45 days, or 30 days. It all depends on how much time you can spare. Be realistic, but at the same time, don't make it so easy that you nearly forget. So you should have a little bit of pressure, but don't put too much pressure as well. Make a little plan and make sure that you stick to it. Or what you can do, you can break down your plan as well. So on a weekly basis, daily basis, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to reach to my ultimate goal or my final goal of getting my first property. So set yourself a time. The next one I would say is for you to set up your business. Now it could be a company, or it could be that you want to run as a sole trader. Now, when I started, I did it as a company. I set it up as a company because I know that my liability will be limited, and it just the structure, the whole idea of having my own limited company just suited me better. So yeah, so that's what I did. I set up my company in order to start my rent-to-rent business. Now you can do that yourself online, or there are many companies, they will help you to do that, and it's not really expensive. It takes hardly 10-15 minutes online, and you can just do it within a day. Yeah, and sometimes they will send you some documents or confirmation and all that via email, or they can post it to you as well. So that should be your next goal. Choose your company or your business a name and set your company. Okay, once you've done that, the next step should be that you should look to open your bank account, business bank account. There are many online banks as well now. They offer this service very quick. For example, I've recently, for one of my business, I've opened Cash App account, and I find them quite easy to use their service. Or if you want to use any high street bank like Santander, Barclays, then it's totally up to you. If you've dealt with them already, then and if you are happy with their service, then yeah, go for it. So next thing would be open your bank account and open your client account as well. That's where you will be keeping your tenants deposit initially. So yeah, so that should be your next goal. Once you've done that, then the goal after that should be setting up your logo, business logo, so you look all professional. Setting up your work email, so it reflects your business name, and also having your business cards ready. So if when you are presenting yourself to the landlord or to letting agents, then it just makes you look professional, so get yourself sorted with that as well. Also, when you will start working as a rent-to-rent business, you will have to have membership of certain authorities. So 3 main authorities I would say that you would need to have membership of. First one I would say is membership of RLA or NLA, Landlords Association or National Landlord Association. Now what they've done, RLA and NLA, they've actually merged with each other and they call themselves NRLA. So check out, because once you have that membership, it will help you if you have any disputes or any disagreement with the tenants, and then at least there is someone you can get advice from. Also, another benefit you would have is that they have some documents like contracts and all, so you can simply download documents from their website as well. So that's one thing you will need to do. So to get yourself legalized, once you've done that, get yourself membership of one of those. Then you need to register yourself with the redress scheme. Now I am a member of PRS, but there are a couple others. So check it out, whichever is cheaper and whichever suits your business model. You should really get to look to have the membership of that. Also, the third thing I would say is to get your business insured, especially for public liability insurance. So again, check it out, and there are few services available, but see which one can get you better price, and then you can decide. But yeah, these are 3 main things you need to do. Get yourself registered with NRLA, get yourself enrolled with redress scheme and public liability insurance. Once you've done that, or at least have that information in your mind, and as long as you've got your first property, that's when you will register yourself. It'll not take very long, but at least because the membership will start from the day you will pay, and then it will last for 1 year. So if you want to have that information handy with you, then what you can do, as soon as you got your first property, on the day, as part of, you know, task list, your whatever you will write down, make sure that you get those memberships done on the same day. Yeah. Now the next step you will need to do is to select your gold mine area. When I'm saying select your gold mine area, what I mean is check out the demands, you know, popular areas where professionals or students, you know, would like to live, or areas that are convenient for local amenities. I personally would say go for your local area. You know, first of all, when you are initially, you know, starting this business, don't just go, for example, if I live in Newcastle, I would want to have my first property in Manchester or in Leeds, you know, because I need to look at the practical side of things as well. So, you know, make sure that you pick a place which is local to you, where if there is a problem or there's an issue, or when you're visiting, it's not difficult. When you're doing viewings, it's handy for you as well. So and have about 2 or 3 different postcodes, you know, in your mind, that okay, these are the main postcodes where I want to concentrate. And you can select your area by looking at the demand and the supply. I mean, I'll make another video if you haven't seen how to, you know, check out the demand and supply. I'm going to make another video on that. So yeah, so you should know your area. That should be your next step. Once you've got your that area in mind, then comes the step, which is that you need to know how you're going to secure your property. There are 3 ways to securing your property. First one is getting it directly from the landlord. Second one is getting it through a letting agency, and the third one is getting it from a compliant sourcer. Now I would say you really need to concentrate just to narrow it down which strategy or which method you want to use to secure your first property, you know. If you are thinking of getting your first property from the landlord, then you need to think about, okay, how would I contact, you know, different landlord? How would I approach them? How do I advertise myself or my services for landlords, you know, so they offer me their property. So you will need to then see how you can advertise on Facebook or on social media, or even on Gumtree, or where will I find these landlords, you know, those type of things. If you're thinking of getting your first property through a letting agency, then you really need to know that, okay, which are the main letting agencies in that area where I want to start my business, you know, and then how would I approach them? What do I need to do? How, you know, what type of, if I'm sending them a letter or an email, you know, what should be the content of my letter, of my email? If I'm going and meeting them, you know, face to face, then what, how I should be presenting myself, you know. So have all that clear idea in your mind, you know, write it down. I find it easy because then it's easy for me to plan myself how actually I want to deal with it. Or the third way is getting your property through a sourcer. Now, although I didn't get my first property from a sourcer, but now recently what I'm finding, there are so many sourcers, you know, and they are offering their properties, you know, and they're charging for their service, but then they have done the legwork for you, you know. So that's a good thing. Because to secure your property from a landlord or letting agency, you really need to have many other skills as well. I'm not saying you don't have them. You might already have them, but you know, from focusing your mind to get your first rent-to-rent business property and starting your business, now you will have to focus on how to negotiate, you know. So it can be little bit distracting now if I'm looking at it. So if you can get your property from a sourcer, all you need to do is to get in touch with few sourcers, make sure that they are compliant, and once you're happy, once you know what they're charging and you think that's fair, you know, fair enough fee, then let them know the postcodes, the area where you are looking, and they can do the legwork for you, and then you can get yourself prepared. If anything that's missing, anything that needs doing, you can just concentrate on that. Now the very last step, I would say, The 10th step, I would say, have your power team ready as well, before you have your first property. When I'm talking about power team, I mean, when you have your property, you will need someone who will, if there is anything that needs doing, it could be the boiler that needs servicing, it might need painting, it might need redecorating, or, it might need, you might need some help with the, to decorate the property, to put soft furnishing to make it look desirable, so all that type of stuff. So you really need to have in mind that, okay, is there a handy person I can use? Is there anybody in my family? Have I got a friend who can help? And what skills do I have that I can leverage for this business? So, and what skills I need to get from other people or leverage from other people. So have that clear idea in your mind, have people ready as well in your mind, make a list of it so you're very, very clear. That's I learned from my very first property, because when I was going around and trying to get my first property, I really didn't think it would, because when you've tried for 4 or 5 months, you get a little bit disheartened, and you think, oh, it's not going to happen. And I had put an offer for one property, and I never heard from the letting agent, and I just thought nothing of it, and all of a sudden then he rang me one evening and he said, okay, do you want to go for it? And I couldn't, I mean, that's what I was waiting for anyway. So, I mean, I was overwhelmed. I was happy, but at the same time, I didn't tell him, but I knew deep down that where have I gone wrong? I haven't got my power team ready. I mean, I sorted all that out, but then I learned my lesson, have people in place. Once you get your first property, because then it will be, you will be under time pressure. And you will want to get your property ready as soon as possible. So make sure you have handy person, a person who will help you with painting, decorating, a photographer ready. So those type of things, have those things ready. So these are the main 10 steps. Once you have these 10 steps, then that's it. You are ready to go. And another thing I would say, don't overthink as well, because that can sometimes really stop you from taking action. So make sure you put yourself a written plan, put a written plan in front of you in the kitchen or wherever you spend considerable amount of time, so that that's it, this is my goal and this is how I'm going to achieve it. And every time you are achieving one of your goals, whenever you've done that, then just keep ticking, and it just gives you that sense of achievement. You are that much closer to your ultimate goal. So yeah, and then I will talk about all these different 10 steps. I'll see what else I can give you in different steps, what other information I can give you. I'll break it down further, but now I've just given you that 10 step scenario, 10 steps, that will help for you to move forward. Okay, so hope you all have nice weekend. If I can make another video, I will be there, with another video, or I'll talk to you soon. So take care of yourself and look after yourself. Take care. Bye bye.